Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing a Diana game, and yeah, to be honest, this wasn't the first game sent to me. There was one game sooner than this, but it's a high ELO game and I wanted to understand the champion a little bit before I went into that. So we will be seeing that later, probably tomorrow. But for now we are going to watch this one, which is probably not a 2K ELO game, but I'm not sure. Maybe you guys are very high ELO. I don't know. Anyway, we are going to jungle here, and that is quite fitting because Diana is, of course, the Roman goddess of the hunt, which kind of should put her with the bow. But yeah, well, she has a blade. That's fine too. So she's an AP assassin, I believe. And we are starting off with the Pale Cascade, sorry. Yeah, that's cool. So it's a good skill, at least it seems to be a good skill, because it deals a lot of damage, it deals AoE damage, and it shields you, so it's all good. Anyway, we are yeah, just going to review the skills a little bit. So first of all, this one gives you extra attack speed, that's your innate ability, and every third strike gives you additional magic damage, and that's AoE. Then Crescent Strike, that's your Q. Unleash a bolt of lunar energy in an arc. I think the artwork on that is very nice, by the way, on the targeting system, that is. Yeah, the bolt, yeah, it's kind of the standard thing, but the artwork on the targeting thing is really nice. So yeah, excellently. He actually paid attention, or she actually paid attention to the spotlight, it seems, because this is exactly how Freak did it. Come on, lock on to the champion. So bolt of energy, blah blah, damage dealing, blah blah blah. Afflicted enemies struck with moonlight, reveal them for 3 seconds, which is, yeah, it's a nice bonus thingy. It's cool, it's selected here as a second skill. Then the shield that he picked first, or she, sorry, that she picked first. Creating 3 orbiting spheres that explode on contact with enemies, dealing some AoE damage. It doesn't say it's AoE, but it is. And you get a temporary shield. Shield is refreshed when all 3 spheres detonate on targets. So that is, of course, excellent to have. The Moonfall then. Draws in all nearby enemies and slows them by 35% for 2 seconds. I think this one is going to be the most retarded skill ever, in that it's way too powerful. Because it seems to have the same range as the Blitzcrank grab, only it is not a grab, it's not a skill shot. It just pulls in everyone. Plus it has a slow. Well, that's just ridiculous in my opinion, but we'll have to see how big the range actually is. I mean, the spotlight is not made the moment it gets released, so it may actually be a little bit smaller. May also not work on enemies that are in the bush, we don't know, or rather, I don't know. And yeah, I'll have to wait for that to show itself. Lunar Rush then, she yeah, blah blah blah. It deals some magic there. Yeah, you teleport to an enemy, but you have to see them first. Nicely done here. And Anivia can actually be taken out as well. There we go. Wow, excellently done. Lots of damage, double kill there. And that is how we do it. So first day Diana obviously very strong, because yeah, nobody knows what she does or how to counter her, and that's always very strong. That's a big plus for you if you're playing her. Anyway, I think she's going to be really powerful, but I'll discuss that in a moment. Yeah, this one, it teleports you to an enemy, then deals a bunch of damage. But then if you have the moonlight on your enemy, you can use it again, and the moonlight comes from your Q, which has an 8-second cooldown. So if you let the cooldown recharge, so you use the Q, then the R, then you let the Q recharge, then even though you had your R up already, you can get it up a third time, and that of course is excellent. But you should always finish with the last ultimate, of course. And there you go, getting a killing spree going. She seems to be super strong, but yeah, as I said, I will discuss that later, and later is right now. I think that this skill, the Moonfall, is just ridiculously powerful. It is going to be super good. Then the Pale Cascade is also, yeah, that's just ridiculous amount of damage, plus a double shield for about 100 damage here. This at level 2 with some AP, yes, but everyone's going to have some AP, blah blah. So it's about 100 damage shield times 2, plus you do, well, about, what's that, 120 damage, something like that. So that's a really good deal on a skill, and this one, yeah, it's going to be a little bit hard to hit, of course, but it is a very fast projectile. Yes, I see the kills, but I want to follow this guy around. Exactly the build that Freak was showing. That's pretty cute. Anyway, yeah, it's just all 3 skills seem to be really good, and then the refresh on this one is just retardedly good. It depends on how much damage that's going to do in well, in the higher levels, because now it's 100 plus 21 for 37 AP. That's not too big of a deal. So it's 240 damage, something like that. That's not a big deal for an ultimate at level 1. But if you can get that up to like 300 at level 3 ultimate, plus of course, yeah, the extra AP will, well, it's about 2 and 3, so about 60% ratio, something like that. It seems to be really good. It seems that I would like that. Dude, get the last minion. No, now you don't know when it respawns. The Skarner is over here. You can't see that, obviously. Anyway, yeah, to me it seems like a very strong champion, probably a little bit too strong, so I'm expecting her to be nerfed. Of course, I haven't seen play on her yet, so she may actually not be good at all, but we'll have to see. So, yeah, I don't know how that jump worked. Is that this one? Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, that's only 15 seconds cooldown. That is a really short cooldown. So you go Q into R, and then you get your R back immediately. That's pretty cute. So you can move around the jungle pretty quickly. But yeah, even if you hit that ultimate the second time without Moonlight, it is still a pretty good deal. Because with a 15-second cooldown, it's really not a problem. It seems it's kind of like Ari's Spirit Rush, but then better. Better, not so much that it is better for her, but better for the game, better designed. Because this one can only be used to teleport to an enemy. So you're a carry, you're an assassin, so you're a carry. You're not a jungle, or you're not a tank or a support or anything like that. And there's a ward there. Anyway, so you're going to be the one that, well, that needs to get kills, and having a defensive skill on someone that is supposed to be offensive, that in my opinion, that's not good. That's definitely not good. A very nice jump there, but she is not going to survive. They may actually pick up this kill. Come on. Yeah, Zig's not really planting that minefield in the correct position, but they do pick up the kill. There we go, and she gets an assist on that. So 1-for-1 trade, still not a bad thing. Really good reactions on top laner and mid laner. But yeah, she stood in this bush for way too long, and that allowed the enemies to come from mid lane. Skarner was over here somewhere, so he ran all the way through the jungle to get to her, and then it was a 3 versus 1. But yeah, we saw what happened, so it's not a big deal. Anyway, let's get into the game. So currently we are 7-3, mostly due to Diana here, because 1-0, 1-0, 1-1, 1-1. Yeah, that's not a big deal. She is 3-1, and yeah, she has been doing a good job of just getting everything to work. So yeah, every time you use that Q, you can immediately follow up with R. There's really no reason not to. Except if you get into third range, of course, or if you get into an enemy's base or something like that. The only good thing about this Moonfall is that it doesn't do damage, by the way. I did notice that, I just didn't mention it. But yeah, the Moonfall is one of the few skills in this game that doesn't do damage. There aren't a whole lot of those, but most of those skills are very well designed, such as the Q on Ashe. I mean, that's a really well designed skill. It provides slow, which is excellent, which is the main weapon that Ashe has, of course, except for her ultimate. But yeah, the ultimate's always the strongest one. But yeah, the Ashe slow doesn't need to do additional damage. Well, virtually every new champion has that additional damage to everything they do. So every, like, stuns and slows and even gap closers, they all do damage. And skills to run away from someone, they do extra damage. Oh, sorry. Missed 2 kills in the bottom lane. Let's rewind that and watch him killing. But yeah, I like that they finally stepped off from that and finally have some skills that don't do that, or one skill rather that doesn't do that. So Diana coming in. She's called Diana, right? Yeah. Oh man, risky, risky, risky. Come on, use your ultimate to gap close. Oh, she doesn't have it up anymore. Sorry about that. Thought she had it up. But yeah, waiting for the Q to respawn only saves you like 8 seconds on the ultimate, so that's kind of strange. It can work out, of course. I mean, they had an example in the Champion Spotlight where it did work out, and I didn't see. No, they didn't see. Yeah, I just watched it. So they didn't do a demonstration on Dominion. So I think they finally gave up on Dominion. That would be good, because then they will make a new map. Because if they realize that Dominion is indeed a failure, then yeah, they may actually just go make a new map that is actually a success. Haven't heard a lot from Proving Grounds anymore. But Proving Grounds was never a real map, it was just a fun 1 versus 1 map. But from the amount of maps we've been getting and the amount of maps they promised, because if you look in the the custom game screen, for example, there's in the top right there's a little map of the worlds as it exists in League of Legends. And there are 2, well, now 3 areas are have names and maps attached to them. And that's of course the 3 maps: the 3v3, 5v5, and the Dominion map. Crystal Scar. Yeah, they promised like 8 more or 7 more, so 10 total, I think. Something like that, at least. And if this goes in the same direction, we're getting 1 standard map and then 1 map a year. That is going to be pretty crazy, because that means that for the next 9 years we're going to see maps. Well, I guess a little less now. In the next 7 years we're going to still see new maps coming out once a year, but I don't think this game will last for another 7 years. I think this game will last for about 2-3 more years. And then we'll see something else. So maybe a League of Legends 2. Maybe, yeah, something completely different that takes over the scene. But normally these games don't last for longer than like 4 or 5 years. Because then the makers have made their millions and they don't really care about anything else anymore. So they won't pay enough attention to the game anymore, and yeah, that will be it then for the game. So anyhow, another nice kill here. The red team did get the dragon, which is, yeah, unfortunate, but not unexpected. Because they were all grouping up at dragon, where the blue team, yeah, they now realize, oh, we missed one. They don't have any wards out. Well, none. I shouldn't say not any, because there's one over here and there's one over here. So they're in kind of awkward spots. This one, yeah, this one too. This one should be over here somewhere, or maybe over here is my personal favorite. But a lot of people will put it over here just to see the dragon, but the dragon has been taken off, of course. But the advantage of putting it over here is that your vision goes to up to here, so you can see really early when a gank is coming in. So yeah, the Blitzcrank pulls someone in here, and it's not going to matter. They're not going to land the kill. So yeah, I missed a lot of the kills, just so we know. I mean, I noticed that. I know that I missed a lot of kills. I'm just here to watch Diana play. So to see how much damage she does, to get a feel for how her skills are used, what's possible with her. And it seems that a lot is possible with her. So especially I like the combination of what's that? The ultimate and the E. So Moonfall and the Lunar Rush. Because, yeah, if you use the two in combo, then you can actually draw them in. So first you use the Moonfall, and then you immediately Lunar Rush, then you trade places with them. Because they will be drawn to you, but that takes a little bit. That takes like 1/10 of a second. So if you can do it quickly enough, you actually jump to their old position, and they jump to your old position. So you can actually switch there and get one extra hit off, because they have to pass you. Instead of just running away from you, they have to go through you and then pass you. And that, of course, is yeah, is the way it is most effective. I'm not sure if that's a bug, by the way. That takes a little bit, but it takes a few tenths of a second, and yeah, it's just funny. I saw it happen in the Champion Spotlight, by the way, so it is possible. They were fighting in the middle turret, and then he did that. So yeah, I don't know, maybe we'll see it at some point, but yeah, I'm not sure. So the Moonfall seems to have a pretty decent range, but not the range of this guy anymore. Still, it's a pretty ridiculous skill, because it doesn't have to be targeted. Yeah, right, put 2 wards in there, why not? In a bush that you're not even fighting. I mean, a pink ward in and of itself is super expensive compared to the others. Oh, this one is not in the bush, is it? I think this one's outside, and he didn't have anything else. I think that's the case. Yeah, he didn't have any green wards available anymore. Are we going to see a spontaneous kill? No! Every time I watch something, nothing happens. And now I go away, of course, they're going to grab a kill. So we are coming in here, and there's Skarner. So both teams have that ward up. And yeah, now she knows that there's a... Yeah, of course. Now she knows that there's a ward there. So aggressive here from Blitzcrank, but yeah, he doesn't have the support from his AD carry, because his AD carry was kind of busy. So they take out the pink ward with their own pink ward. So yeah, it's kind of a, after that amazing start, it's kind of a relaxed game now. Because the bottom laner, yeah, at 95 minions doesn't really, well, versus 102, so it's not like she's far behind. It's just that she doesn't have any damage yet. It seems that she's not really interested in grabbing those minions, just in attacking everyone or everything. By the way, do you think it's on purpose that they made this this standard skill so horrible? I mean, it has no color, it has nothing. In my opinion, that's on purpose to sell more of the one skin that is available that looks much better. Oh, almost gets the kill here, but well, it's so scary apparently. The Diana is so scary that Anivia flashes even after she dies. But I think they made this skin horrible on purpose. I mean, most of the skins are pretty good. Most of the regular skins. In fact, some of the regular skins are better than some of the custom skins. No, not custom. Yeah, available skins. The other skins. The non-standard skins. Because custom skins are the ones that you used to make yourself, which were awesome. But yeah, they of course didn't want that because they didn't get money for that.
Blue team's turret has been
That was
destroyed.
such a shame. But hey, it's all about the money, right? So yeah, we are currently going for the dragon. No, the red team is also going for the dragon. And yeah, what's going to happen here? Because nobody has wards out. So, oh, there's a ward out right now. Red team just planting one over there, and they know that the blue team is doing this. But yeah, top is 1 versus 1, and the red team is all spread out, so they're not going to be able to do anything here. Nice minefield. And yeah, we are going back to the jungle, only nothing is available. Oh, the red buff, never mind. The red buff is available. So yeah, the red buff takes a while to kill because, yeah, well, as an AP carry, you don't really have attack damage. So you're going to rely on your skills to actually deal with that. So you're going to have to farm with kind of the things you have, the spells you have, and you're not going to be able to to do the normal attack damage to the minions, which we normally see. I mean, normally we see people junglers have a pretty decent amount of attack damage, and I guess they can give this guy pretty decent amount of attack damage. Girl, I'm sorry. But it is currently at 81 at level 11, so no, that's not going to be a big deal. That is not going to be a huge amount of attack damage. Normally AP carries don't have a lot of attack damage. Standard, that is. This guy, at level 10, he has 94, so he has a lot more. And yeah, this guy, yeah, really can't compare that. But yeah, it's just you don't see a lot of AP junglers that are actually good. Guess you see a couple, but I guess Alistar is an AP jungler, but I don't really see him as an AP carry, to be honest. So yeah, we are currently at 13 to 12. We are 5k gold ahead. Wow, that's actually a pretty big amount for this early in the game with, well, with not a lot of kills. I mean, there's one kill more on our team, and yeah, one kill is about 3 to 500 gold. Yeah, so that doesn't make up for the 5,000 gold difference. Yeah, that would be normally the minions. 180, 170 versus 150 and 130. Yes, excellent. Oh man, you see all the skills coming into place there, there, and an excellent job on getting that first skill to hit, because that I forgot the name of it. This one, the Crescent Strike. I knew Crescent, but the Crescent Strike actually, yeah, of course, hard to hit on an opponent that you can't see. But yeah, actually hitting that. And yeah, therefore, of course, you go for the ultimate, and then you get a free stack or a free reset on the ultimate. So you use it again after the flash, and yeah, from there it was all good. The 3 orbs hitting, just in general, well, a good amount of damage done. And then of course the rest of the team came in and finished off the kill with her. But I'm pretty sure she could have finished that on her own. She gets a free hit there on Skarner. Oh, what was that? Hang on, that was up top. Oh yeah, he was pushing the lane. So Nivea not mixing in yet. Yeah, how did Nivea not get an assist on that? It's just R. You just hit R and you have an assist. Plus she could have probably saved him, but so top lane is pushing pretty good. Pretty well, yeah. That's good, that's good. Bottom lane is also pushing a little bit. Oh yeah, there's the catapult. It all depends on how the catapults fire at this moment. Because if this catapult targets that one, like now, the lane is going to push. Because they have about the same amount of minions, but catapults are so important in, well, the pushing power. And here you see that too. As long as the catapult is firing on this this tower, you do a lot of damage. And once the tower starts firing back, yeah, that's going to suck for your minion wave. So the minion's not actually pushing here, so they must have finished off the enemy's catapults pretty quickly. Because that catapult is so much stronger than the rest. And it's really all about that. So how are we currently doing? 6 and 2. Yeah, with the Rider's Crystal Scepter completed. And well on our way to a death cap. Of course, having a death cap would be excellent. And yeah, the Baron is up for grabs, but well, red team has a ward on that, blue team does not. Blue team does grab the dragon here. There we go. There's nobody coming in, that's quite surprising. Oh, they're going in for it. Come on. Who did he slow? Nobody. Well, he did slow someone, but yeah, I think it was Skarner, and that didn't really matter because Skarner had that speed boost already. So come on. Yes, nicely done. And another one. What the hell? He's going in for it. Man! Yeah, he's pretty tanky, so... no! Dude, you're going to get killed! Oh, he's going to tank it all the way. Man! Yeah, there were no minions, so it was probably the best to do that. But yeah, normally you don't want to do it like this. On the other side, of course, Xin Zhao gets the same turret. So kind of the mirror turret, this one versus this one. It's just that there were 4 guys dead here and 0 dead here, so I think the blue team still came out ahead on that. Of course, it shouldn't have happened the way it did, but yeah, well. So who's going to grab this? Because being an AP jungler means that she can probably benefit from this this blue buff. And Ziggs just had a blue buff, right? Yeah, I think he just had one. But anyhow, because that is probably from a kill on one of the opponents, so must have had that for a few seconds only, and now he already traded it in instead of giving that blue buff away. So come on guys, let's invade somewhere, let's kill someone. Yeah, they were just here, in the last 50 seconds. Red is gone, that doesn't mean anything, but it only means that red is gone. Well, if it was if the icon was still on the minimap, it means that at least the enemy took it, not someone on your team. So yeah, bye bye. And if you are once again face checking there, and once again getting killed. And another kill for Diana. Pretty cute, by the way. They did she something called something like the crescent moon or something like that, and Diana was officially, or originally I should say, the god of the hunt, and she is that in all of mythology. But then later on they added like she became the goddess of the moon. And something else I forgot, because, well, mythology is a long time ago that I learned all this. But, yeah, it's kind of cute that they actually Googled her and or Wikipedia'd her, and then thought up a theme from there, probably. But yeah, she's definitely themed after the god. That's why she's a jungler, and that's why she's called of the moon or of the crescent moon or whatever, something like that. A lunar landing, who knows? No, she's called something like that. So the blue team gets the Baron there, and they do grab 1 kill here, and that's all for now. Thought there might be more mayhem because this guy just jumped in there. But nobody really reacted to that, because, well, one of the red teamers jumped into to the pit. Are we going to? Yeah, we're going to see a surrender here, and that is, yeah, that's unfortunate for them, because they could have finished it right there. But yeah, of course it doesn't matter. Anyway, well played. Thank you for sending this, because it allows me to see how she does, so how her skills do in the game. And it seems that she's a really strong champion, so yeah, we'll have to see how she works out. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.